Alright, greetings everybody. This is Very Mailman here. I welcome you all back to our Let's Play of Dark Souls Remastered. And those of you joining us after the recent Ubisoft E3 conference, well, thank you for joining me. I too was just watching it. That's actually why I was holding off the stream until afterwards. I didn't want to try to compete with something so heavy. Incidentally, I was a little... I gave it a bit of a C. Ubisoft in general, a C. I've never played Beyond Good and Evil 2, all that good stuff. Well, I've never played Beyond Good and Evil. I just know that Jade is the protagonist of the game, so... Yeah, that whole reveal about Jade being the villain, apparently, or like a major villain in Beyond Good and Evil 2. Yeah, that's crazy stuff. On the opposite end, you have Assassin's Creed Odyssey being just kind of whatever, because honestly, all it really shows me is that Ubisoft, well, this is really obvious, or at least it was starting to look more and more obvious the longer the series went on, but all Ubisoft really wants to do is make a bunch of history, like a bunch of RPGs set in various historical pieces, and the Assassin's Creed series has just become their excuse to keep making games of that nature. That story basically shouldn't have ended at Assassin's Creed 3, and then the rest of the stuff they did afterwards should have been just original IPs, in my opinion. Man, I love the use of the Gold Tracer. It's just so... Woo! Look at that slick stuff. It does 251 AR, too. That's without any upgrades. Now, if you notice, I have a massive amount of souls on my person, and a large part of the reason is because I spent an hour and a half farming the Silver Knights at Orlando, plus the Sentinel Giants outside the Ornstein and Smo boss fight, and I was rewarded with quite a few Silver Knight drops. You won't see them here because I was just busy reorganizing my bottomless box, but I have about 6 or 7 Silver Knight spears, about 3 or 4 Silver Knight straight swords, and 2 Silver Knight shields. Now see here, the Silver Knight shield is actually pretty interesting because it has 10 points less fire defense than the Dragon Crest shield, about 20 points more lightning defense, and about 9 points more stability. And this is all while coming off as having about 5 points more weight. Shield of the Silver Knights of Orlando. A flowing kennel is carved deep into its face. The Silver Knights stay behind in Orlando to defend the illusory goddess, and their shields are blessed with her divine protection. Look at this! Illusory goddess? Yeah, the game really is telling you that the giant, that the Lady Guinevere is a fake god, and that, you know, all these guys are doing... Oh. Oh. Okay. So... I'm overweight. I could do Gold Tracer plus Silver Knight's shield, but I need Uchikatana and Crest shield in order to keep my fast roll that way. Oh, hello, Double Trouble. Did you finish watching Ubisoft's E3 conference? Alright. So, be as it may, I want you all to pay attention to our Pyromancy Flame. Off screen, I've also been leveling the Pyromancy Flame up in order to eventually get it to the highest possible level that this guy can send it to. Yeah. Alright, so what's your favorite moment from the Ubisoft conference, Double Trouble?
Oh, hello there. Oh, as always.
Let's modify this. Yeah, as you can see here, you didn't see how much it cost us beforehand, but when you're upgrading Pyromancy Flame magic with Laurentis here, it starts off being pretty cheap. 500, then 1,000, but then it just keeps increasing with each successive level. Now I need about 19 1,000 just to get to level 13. Now we have 22,000. And finally, 25,000. Yeah, all that good stuff. So it's going to cost you quite a penny to upgrade. This is the only way you can upgrade your Pyromancy Flames damage, which means that for the most part, in order to continue dealing damage with your Pyromancy, you need to invest a lot of souls. So let's just buy all these now. Actually, let's look at this. Iron Flesh here is pretty interesting. Oh, I have a new follower. Cool. Alright, so let's see here. Iron Flesh is a Pyromancy of Karina, who harnessed the power of flame to actualize in yourself. Iron Flesh boosts defense and resilience. What this is really saying is that you have higher physical defense and higher poise. So it's also, since your skin is coated in iron, you gain heavy shield level projectile deflection, which means that arrows and throwing daggers will bounce right off of you and they'll do very little damage. My personal favorite thing about the conference Double Trouble was the Star Fox reveal, because I never expected to see Miyamoto during a Ubisoft conference. But hey, crazy times we live in. Beyond that, the conference has some games I think people will like, but in general, I'm just not too super keen on it. I mean, it's kind of okay. It's about even with Bethesda's conference to me, except a little bit lower because I like Bethesda a little bit more than Ubisoft. If I were to rate them objectively, Bethesda and Ubisoft are basically dead even, but I personally prefer Bethesda stuff. Now, what I also purchased there was something called Flash Sweat. To keep a long story short, you basically get higher fire resistance by coating your body in your own body's natural sweat. Yeah, it's one of those things.
My teacher, who I imagine still resides in the Great Swamp, had a funny way of putting it. He said that pyromancy is the ultimate fantasy. We're born into dark and warmed by fire, but this fire we cannot touch. Those whose fascination with fire persists learn to hold it in their own hand. He rather had a way with words, the old withering frog.
So that was Laurentis' old Paramansi teacher. We never meet him in the game, just so you know, but he sounded like a good guy. That being said, I actually think we picked up his item set way long time ago back in Blighttown with the Toxic Pyromancy. With the Toxic Cloud Pyromancy, so that might have been where we met him. Or that might be his remains. If so, I'm sorry, dude, your teacher's dead. That sucks.
In this land, pyromancers earn a certain respect. The Witch of Iceland, one of the legendary lords, is the godmother of pyromancy. So the day I became undead, I was ecstatic. I felt as if I'd been chosen to attune myself to the ancient arts. Of course, it wasn't all that romantic in the end.
No, it wasn't. It's not. Like, Witch of Iceland is, he means that a lot. Basically, he's a nice dude, as you can tell. Man. It's gonna pain me to do this to you, Laurentis, but I have to.
Pyromancer's flame is a part of his own body. The flame develops right along with his skill. When I gave you that flame, I gave you a part of myself. Please take good care of me. The Pyromancer's flame. Goodbye then. Come back.
I will, dude. I will tell you if I find anything new. Alright then. So we're gonna keep the rest of our souls because we'll need them. We're gonna make a trip back down to Blighttown. So let's see. For the record, oh, you know what? There's something else we can do for our souls, but we can do that when we get down. We can do that when we get down. Then we get down. So basically, we said about the Witch of Iceland being the mother of Pyromancy. It's pretty much 100% accurate. The first Pyromancer was, in fact, the witch and her children. And without them, we wouldn't actually have what we would call modern Pyromancy. And as you recall in the beginning of the Dark Souls 1 opening video, Pyromancy was a big part in what happened to... Pyromancy was basically what she tried to do with the First Flame. She was trying to create her own version of the First Flame. I think I'll just go ahead and get that item. Oh, hey! Beatrice's stuff. Beatrice is calloused. It's basically the same as the Sorcerer Catalyst. Catalyst belonged to Beatrice, the rogue witch, contrasts with Vindheim Catalyst. This ancient catalyst shows signs of being used for age-old sorceries. This passed the hands of many generations to get here. And her armor set. The Witch Cloak. Cloak of the rogue witch Beatrice. Almost all magic users that employ Catalyst studied at Dragon School, but Beatrice is one of the few exceptions. She braved the abyss but did not live to tell her of her ordeal. Okay, so basically what you're saying there, remember back during the Four Kings fight where I said that if you had successfully summoned Witch Beatrice through the Moonlight Butterfly fight, you could then summon her for the Four Kings fight. The reason for Witch Beatrice's defeat here is a simple fact that, unlike with the, say, the Moonlight Butterfly, who's an absolute pushover, the Four Kings requires a bit more speed. I mean, a bit more speed in DPS. Damage per second, specifically. I'm just trying to say that they require damage per second. And the problem with Beatrice is that she's more of a slow and steady heavy hitter. So, unfortunately, Beatrice would not have the means to defeat the Four Kings in time before she was overwhelmed by their numbers and would eventually just die due to insufficient, she'd eventually run out of magic, run out of Estus, and just die. It's a sad way for her story to end, but considering how far she made, that's actually pretty interesting. I swear, every time I come down here, these Craig spiders look like Red Phantom invaders. Alright. Just double check and see no one is coming near us. Okay, good. Good. Now we can talk to this lady.
A mere undead, yet you can see me. Fascinating. I am Quelana of Iceland. I am not often revealed to walkers of flesh. You have a gift. Are you too one who seeks my pyromancy, like Solomon?
Yes.
Yes, of course. It should be expected. Very well. You shall be my pupil, but to pursue my pyromancy, you must give something up. Are you prepared to do this?
So let's talk to her, see what her deal is.
Long ago, I accepted another pupil like yourself. Over 200 years ago, there was a man almost as bungling as you. In your world, he was called Salaman, the Master Pyromancer.
Oh.
The rascal really made something of himself.
So basically, this woman trained the Pyromancer who would eventually become Lorientis' teacher. So we have a master-apprentice chain here. This mysterious woman, Salaman, the Master Pyromancer, and Lorientis of the Great Swamp. Lorientis ultimately has her to thank for his own pyromancy. Speaking of pyromancy, Yeah, she sells pretty much all the standard stuff that Laurentis would sell you earlier, like Fire Orb, Combustion, and Fireball. But she also has unique stuff like Great Fireball, which is, here we go. Great Fireball, Ultimate Fireball Pyromancy, hurl giant fireball. Salaman, the Master Pyromancer, also called the Great Fireball after the spell, believed Pyromancy was rooted in the adoration of fire. Those who acquire this spell usually agree. So yeah, this guy loved fire. That's the only way you can use that spell. Here's Great Combustion, which is basically an improved combustion, creating a powerful giant flame hand. Great Combustion creates a powerful flame, but many sorcerers mock the simplicity of the spell. Remember, Dragon School sorcery is all... Dragon School students tend to be elitist, really elitist and pompous. So yeah, they will... Basically, Pyromancy as an art is looked down upon simply because of its rudimentary use in this setting. Which is interesting, because there's some... Magical elitism is actually pretty interesting, because it's like... Oh, Fire Whip. Fire Whip, it's pretty self-explanatory. You sweep foes with fire by shooting flame in a rotating arc. The route to Pyromancy combustion was more difficult to wield. So yeah, the combustion Pyromancies were developed after Fire Whip. Pyromancy is a continuously evolving art. Firestorm, oh boy, Firestorm. Primal Pyromancy, taught by Quelana of Izalith. Erect fire pillars in its vicinity. The storm of flame is indiscriminate and incinerates all nearby life. I'm going to show this one off as soon as I buy it, so because that's a better way to describe it. The last one is Undead Rapper. Advanced Pyromancy of Quelana, charm undead and gain temporary allies. The living are lured by flame, and this relationship is part and parcel to the art of Pyromancy. Can be used by your gender. So, Undead Rapper, from what I recall, basically allows you to turn your own one enemy from your world into an ally for the time being. If you remember Shaman Boneblades from Bloodborne, this is where that whole mechanic eventually came from. Undead Rapper, however, is a lot less useful than Shaman Boneblades were. I didn't use Shaman Boneblades that much. What we did use it one time to take care of that spider encounter inside the final area of Bloodborne's main story. So I hopefully you guys remember it from there. Now let's modify our equipment. So here's the thing. It says that you have a Pyromancy Flame plus 15, but when you get to Quelana, you can not only upgrade your Pyromancy Flame even higher. In fact, you need a Pyromancy Flame plus 10 in order to see Quelana down here. And yeah, I think it's safe to say her name is Quelana. It's described by her Pyromancy. These are her Pyromancies. She's selling them. But yeah, not only can Quelana here upgrade your Pyromancy Flame plus 10 all the way to plus 15, but if you once you get to plus 15, she'll ascend your Pyromancy Flame the same way that a blacksmith can ascend a plus 5 or plus 10 weapon to an elemental weapon, like so. And after that, you can get a Pyromancy Flame plus... You technically have a Pyromancy Flame plus 16 right now, but this will take you even higher. Pyromancy Flame plus 17 and 18 or so, until you get the Pyromancy Flame plus 21. We're not going to spend that many souls on her, because I need just this one basic Pyromancy Flame. But hopefully you get what I'm talking about.
Pyromancy is the art of invoking and manipulating fire. But remember one thing, always fear the flame, lest you be devoured by it and lose yourself. I would hate to see that happen again.
Alright.
Pyromancy, but I would hate...
Alright, so...
Now go, whatever you do. Do not crack and go hollow, lest my time spent on you be wasted.
Alright then. I think we can start her side quest by talking to her.
Ah, there you are. I was expecting you. Pyromancy is the art of invoking and manipulating fire. But remember one thing, always fear the flame, lest you be devoured by it and lose yourself. I would hate to see that happen again.
Alright.
No luck, but do not...
Alright, let's see here. Let's see. Alright, so let's just get going. Yep, I'm running past all of y'all. Because all y'all suck. Yeah. We didn't need to deal with them. Oh, hey! The second Bell of Awakening was just rung again, so someone just recently defeated the boss. Neat. Man, I'm gonna miss all these constant bell rings when the game inevitably dies down, but it's just so great to hear. Even when I first got into Dark Souls back in 2011, I didn't hear the bell ring this much. Oh, wow, again. Amazing. So yeah, we didn't do anything except to ring the bell when we were here, but there's more to this place. Much more to this place, as you can tell by the fact that we're actually going down. Oh, wow. I think the lava effects look much better in this game than they did in the original, too. Shoot. Damn. Alright, so let's do it. Alright, so... this is it. Hidden wall, as this place will tell you. Actually... yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. Objects, geography, illusory wallhead. There we go. There we go. That makes sense. Now this person down here will not let you pass unless you say you mean no harm.
Oh dear. What have we here? Are you a new servant?
Yeah.
But you have no eggs. No matter. Go along and have audience with our fair lady. I pray that you will mind your manners.
Third bell ringing. Wow. I'm super happy at either new players or returning players just getting the job done. Alright. Look at this wretched person. Jesus Christ. And yeah, she's a firekeeper. And yes, she has a covenant. We'll explain all that the second I'm able to actually talk to her. You can tell she's a firekeeper too, because our Essence Flask went back up to 10 when we rested here, and I was able to kindle it up to 15 just from doing this. So now we're at 20. $3,000. I think it's just holding my souls then. Well, okay, whatever. Alright then. What's up, buddy?
Are you prepared to dedicate yourself to our fair lady? Then I will make available whatever you require. If you need something, ask me first.
So the servant rock, Daughters of Chaos. An online play item that lets you check the servants of Daughter of Chaos. Eggbearer Angel keeps his roster of those who serve his master, a Daughter of Chaos. Angel praises those who offer significant humanity to alleviate the master's suffering. But what is praise from Angel really worth? Oh yeah, Angel is also a pyromancy trainer, believe it or not. Basically, if you have a undescended pyromancy flame, he'll upgrade to plus 15 like Lorientis and Quilana will.
There's no time for idle chat. Think only of our fair lady and what she may need.
So, let's see here. This is going to take a while, so what I'm going to do here is... And there's a bonfire here, by the way. Come on. Woo! Woo! So yeah, Jesus Christ. So I think these things are actually called the egg burdened. They appear to be humans humans with a large clump of eggs attached to their backs. Most egg burdened, including Angular, are passive and all serve the fair lady. But when hostile, they attempt to grab the player, and if successful, a maggot bursts forth from one of their eggs and lashes the player. Parasite. Who's also at the player. Okay. Alright, so here we go. There we go. Alright, that ends the hostility. We can see a fire here. Egghead Sass will keep wearing helmets. Let's see here. The Egghead status effect is inflicted by egg burdened. If they're able to grab the player, a vile maggot will pop out an egg flashlight. Oh, no required effects of making hot with a maggot spray. If you... Alright, so... Attack me again. Alright, thank you for that. Okay, so this is gonna take me a while. So I'm gonna have to ask you guys to sit here and wait for me while I get infected by the Egghead status ailment. Which I know sounds like a lot of fun, but... But now we've transitioned screens, I think we should be fine. Let's see here. If this worked, then my character should start randomly scratching his head in order to indicate that his head's been infected. Man, everyone looks... Man, the particle effects... Yeah, here we go. We got the itch, so we got the infection. We just gotta wait a little bit longer, guys. Okay. Yeah, it's actually pretty neat that this type of thing's in the game, because it's like... I wouldn't expect it to be, but... Oh, hey, someone else rang the bell. That's great. The scratching is becoming more frequent, so the more that happens, the closer the egghead gets to hatching. Yeah, I know this is really boring. This does take a while to click in, and I don't really have anything else I want to do at the moment because... Oh, you know what? I could just read lore. Why didn't I think of that? Okay, check this out. So another way to acquire this effect is by making contact with a maggot's spray attack a few times. In a short while, the status effect will become apparent after the player's head begins to itch. Eggheads cannot wear a helmet and will become less resistant to fire. Yeah, your fire resistance actually lowers. I have no idea why that's even the case, or why it don't make any sense, considering that the other egg burdened are basically living in a highly high temperatured area. So that's really weird to me. The amount of souls gained is also split 50-50 between the player character and the egg. Once a player loses 100,000 souls to the egg, it will grow and replace the kick with a vile maggot attack, which causes small damage and heavy knockback. Yeah, basically what happens is that you will personally earn half the amount of souls you normally would earn, period, in total, no matter what you're doing. And Angel is pretty much like this, just like the rest of the other egg burdened. Let's see. Angel. Let me see here. There we go. There we go. The Egghead. Yeah. Now, as you can see that our flame defense went down to 175, and we are unable to wear helmets, because our helmet slot's already occupied. And no, it doesn't give us any poise either. We have no poise from the Egghead either, in case you were curious. Alright, so now we have our Egghead, we can talk to Angel.
Well, now, you're just like me. Your dedication is fully apparent. Only, well, your head looks awful. Why not try this? I've no use for it any longer.
And you have one egg infused for him.
Oh, hello. What is it that you need?
Now, we can not only buy infinite egg vermifuge from him. Bitter, sour, chestnut. Removes parasitic egg from body. The egg bearers have chosen to serve the flames of chaos, and the eggs symbolize his selfless choice. Naturally, these chestnuts are forbidden, but are allowed under special circumstances. But more importantly, after unlocking the ability to buy egg vermifuge, you also unlock the ability to purchase poison mist and toxic mist. Poison mist is... Both of these are unique Pyromancy created by Angel, considered a heretic even of the Great Swamp. Poison mist causes poison buildup. Toxic mist causes toxic buildup. The first description reads, Angel became an egg-bearing undead who serves a deformed young girl who speaks an unintelligible tongue. Basically, this is hinting at the fact that you won't be able to normally communicate with the daughter of, with the firekeeper belonging to this bonfire. And down here, why is Angel driven for the Great Swamp? One only need to cast his Pyromancy, a perverse diversion from the art of fire, to find out. Basically, the guy's barely a pyromancer. He is one, but he's not that much of one.
Incidentally, do you have an interest in pyromancy? If you have, I shall share my flame with you.
Also, we need to say yes to this. And we'll get a second Pyromancy flame. This is the only way, if you're to get to the second Pyromancy flame in the game.
You have served our fair lady well. Now, let this strength be yours.
Alright.
Worse than undead, we are diseased and unwanted, like the grime of the great swamp. But my dear fair lady, she cried for me and swallowed the great blight pus, despite Mistress Quelag's orders to the contrary. Worse than but my dear, and swallowed the great blight pus, despite Mistress Quelline's orders to the contrary.
So basically, the fair lady over there is an unusually kind soul, and willingly took on basically the blight, this incredible sickness. So now I think the story here that you'd be able to put together is like this. Basically, Quelaag was defending her sister by perching herself and her sister in front of one of the Belts of Awakening. And the reason for that is because she wanted to protect her sister, or at the very least, the reason for it is because she wanted to lure unsuspecting undead down here and steal their humanity. Get that off our face. Now, there is a way we can communicate with the sister here in-game, but we're not going to be able to unlock it for a while. Not for a while, so... And the method we'll have to use in order to do is going to cost us a bit. Something really interesting. So let's go back down here and deal with the boss, right? You were just waiting for us. Now, you can target these blighted men, because they don't matter. But if you go down here, these guys will draw aggro on you and try to attack. And if you try to go down even farther than this, you'll see how pointless it is to do so, considering that the place is coated in lava. Like, look at this lava. You can't walk in it. But that is lava, and it will hurt you quite a bit. And yes, you can go down this area as soon as you ring the second bell of awakening. But like everything else, there is a cost for it. Oh man, this view. Yeah, the lava looks way better. And the original game was just this really unsightly purple. And it was just really hard to see. Or at the very least, you shouldn't stare at it for too long, because it was this huge bloom effect that made all the lava really unsightly. But the lighting effects are just way better in the remastered version, so your eyes don't hurt just looking at it. And yeah, in case you couldn't tell, we were basically looking down from this area, from the Tomb of the Giants. This is Lost... Well, this isn't Lost Iceland. We're not in that exact area yet, but we're getting close to it. This boss, this is a boss. Don't think it twisted. Because look at this. Some poor schmuck tried to kill this boss and got blasted for it. Whoa! Wow! Hold the phone. Did they actually lessen the amount of room you had to fight this boss in? What? Oh my god, they did. You had way more room to fight this boss in the original version. Way more room. No, this entire hill? This wasn't here. This wasn't here before. This is like a huge open area for you to fight the boss in earlier. Wow. Okay. They really want you to use the intended method for this fight. Right. Okay. That's that. Dark bead cures everything. That was almost 2k damage for each dark bead use. And that was a upfront personal damage. Dark bead is great. Alright. So let's get... yeah. Honestly, it's not a whole lot of souls for us from a boss fight anymore. Fuck. So, that was Ceaseless Discharge. Warned by the witch Quilana of Iceland, mother of Pyromancy and daughter of Chaos. She wore this gold-helmed black cloak before even the Age of Fire, and offers strong resistance versus fire, poison, and other perils. So, right, okay. This actual boss, the Ceaseless Discharge, is actually, believe it or not, one of the, a brother to the Daughter of Chaos. For years, pretty much everyone in the Dark Souls community thought that the Ceaseless Discharge is actually the witch in question that's being talked about in this item set's description, and that she was just looking over her old item set. But no. Actually, turns out this guy's, he's actually their brother. And he was basically looking over his sister and her remains for all of time. And because, and, another thing is that he's also the source of all the lava that fills the demon ruins and restricts access to Lost Iceland. Taking the armor set off the altar will enrage the beast and initiate the boss fight. Okay, so I see now. Basically, they used the remaster to reduce the amount of area you had around the altar itself. And basically, that way you'd have to force yourself to go to this open area in order to give yourself more room to do the boss fight, if you want to do the boss fight the normal way. But, if you didn't, the quickest way to do it is to run all the way back to the boss fog gate. And then, what would happen is, once you get to the boss fog gate, the Ceaseless Discharge would leap at you and hang on for dear life, doing one last overhead smash attack. And after that, it will be stuck here. Exactly. It will be stuck around here, holding on to dear life with its sole limb. What you'd have to do then is attack the limb, and then eventually the demon would let go and fall to its death. I mean, fall to its death, because this is a bottomless pit. Not even the Ceaseless Discharge could survive that. And yeah, you can kill him at any time. You don't need the Lord Vessel in order for you to kill that boss. But until you get the Lord Vessel, you won't be able to progress much further than, well, getting past the boss fight. So I don't recommend you bother doing it. The only reason to come here early, before the Lord Vessel, is if you just want the extra 20,000 souls. And, of course, the gold trimmed set, because it is actually a pretty fantastic armor set. Very light, high fire and poison resistance, higher than the starting Pyromancer set. don't think you can upgrade it either, but I think that you don't need to because of how high its defenses are. Yeah, a lot of effects are way easier in the eyes. Oh boy. Let's see. The closer we get down here... Oh, look at that! It was a Capra demon. A Capra demon. So basically, we're capable of running into our old, our really old acquaintances here. So yeah, the Lost Iceland, and in general, the Bed of Chaos is the source of demons like the Capra demon that we just killed again. In doing so, oh, I can see it right there. Alright. Hello, Kirk. Alright. We're using the Dark Silver Tracer to make a point to Kirk here. Praise the sun. And hey, we picked up Kirk's armor and weapons. Spiked shield. Shield of the infamous Dark Wraith. Kirk, a Dark Wraith! Yeah. Didn't expect that, did you? Knight of Thorns covered with spikes. Can be used as a weapon. Sharp spikes cause heavy bleeding. And the barbed straight sword. The choice weapon of the infamous Dark Wraith Kirk, also known as the Knight of Thorns for the gnarly spikes on his favorite weapon. This frightful sword deals only thrust attacks and causes heavy bleeding. We can one-hand it. So yeah, this sword right here, it can say right now this sword only... Oh, wait, no, it doesn't only deal thrust attacks. I don't know what that's about. Uchi. But yeah. It's kind of random that Kirk would show up here, don't you think? Like, the last time you met Kirk, it was over in the depths, all the way back in the sewers of... Jesus Christ. So even regular Soul Spear with our boosted equipment is enough to one-hit shot these guys. That's good to know. And seriously, that's really good to know. Look at how many of them there are. It's just ridiculous how many of them there are. There's another boss fight gate. And yes, that gate would actually be yellow if you didn't come here with the lore vessel. That is a demon statue. This is actually another boss, but we're not going to be fighting it just yet. We can't attack it, though, just in case you're curious. That there's a giant centipede that will attack us without impunity. However, the reward for killing it is a bonfire. So let's do that. You know what? Since I'm here, what we're gonna do is actually show off Gravelord Sword Dance and Gravelord Great Sword Dance. Since I have a talisman now. So basically, it's a huge AoE attack that does that. It takes... Now, unlike the other sorceries we have, instead of getting basically 40 uses out of Gravelord Greatsword Dance, it's really just how long does the spell last with the amount of uses you've given it. Now it's just the regular Gravelord Dance. This is the Greatsword version. Yeah, look at that damage. Pretty frightening stuff. Looks really, really cool. If you're a Gravelord, you'll probably want to use that. Now, this is Firestorm. And we'll need to use our Pyromancy Flame in order to cast it. We still have 3 Firestorm left, but as you can see here, it's not that many. Let's see. Let me see here. Dark Bead. We're gonna put on Pursuers for this fight because I haven't used it in a while and I feel like using it. Now, you can only use the Gravelord Miracles if you remember the Gravelord Servants. I'm saying that because what we're about to do is go back to the Daughter of Chaos. Now, this part really sucks because I want to be able to give you the dialogue for this particular character, but I don't have the ring I need in order to do it. And the only way I can do that is by joining the Covenant and getting the ring that I need. Let's see here. Do I have what I need, though? Alright, I have exactly what I need. So let's join the Covenant. Yeah. Chaos Servant Covenant. And by joining, you get the Great Chaos Fireball Pyromancy. Now, what you offer for this Covenant isn't any type of unique Covenant-specific item, but plain old humanity. Oh, right. Oh, okay, so you have to offer your own soft humanity. Okay. Oh, now I remember that. You don't need hard humanity, you just need to offer your soft humanity. Shoot. You guys see now why I was doing all that co-op farming? It's actually the reason I was actually doing all that co-oping. Well, besides souls, it was a double purpose: getting souls for leveling up, getting souls for buying spells, and getting humanity for this. Yeah. You offer not the consumable humanity that you collect as items, but the current humanity you have on your character. Okay. Let's try 20. Chaos Storm. Great. Oh! After you give her 30 humanity, her legs become more lively, too. I thought that was odd. It's not... It's very subtle, but her leg movements become stronger after you give her all that humanity. And in all honesty, that's pretty much the modus operandi for the, That's all you're really doing for the, Daughters of Chaos. You don't... Well, you specifically are only going after however much humanity you can find. So let's just rush. We don't need to bother with these guys. Yeah. Complete pushover. Oh, goodbye. Woo! Here we go. Oh my god, the tracking on that is absurd. Absurd tracking. Absurd tracking. Ouch. Woo! Okay. God damn it! You know, okay, so yeah. Demon Fire Sage. Lane boss. Yeah, okay. I'm not... So that's pretty much the weird thing about the Demon Fire Sage that I've actually forgotten. Is that... This is the third time you fought the Asylum Demon now. The second time would have been the Stray Demon boss fight. And the third time would have... No. Yeah. So, when people say that the quality of the game... When people say that the second half of the game's quality isn't actually up to snuff with the first half... Another part of the reason for that is just because of how this boss fight is literally just a copy and paste up. Come on. I'm not even gonna bother putting on my soul boosting gear, it's not worth it. So, got humanity from that. Yeah, it's not really worth it. Alright. So I think... We can't get back up from here if I go down there, so... Well... I think we can just walk back up from here if we do. Yeah, we can. Okay. Now, the biggest perk for joining the Daughters of Chaos Covenant and putting up 3 of your humanity is the ability to open up this shortcut. Now, the reason we want to do that is because Solaris questline will eventually end with him being possessed by one of these little bastards. Wow, okay. Lost Islith. And this is actually the back end to Lost Islith. Check this guy out. Now, we're not going to go any farther because, yeah. So this shortcut serves two purposes. One, it allows you to save Knight Solaire from his fate, right? If you didn't, then after the centipede, shortly after another boss fight that's coming up pretty soon, what will eventually happen to Solaire is that he will walk down this alleyway, he'll get ahead of you again, and he'll eventually become possessed by the Sunlight Maggot, a loathsome parasite that inhabits Lost Islith. It's completely immobile, yet still lives. When worn on the head, it emanates blinding light, which is why it's known as a Sunlight Maggot. So yeah, the Sunlight Maggot. It's basically a better Skull Lantern and Cast Light put into one, because instead of taking up either one of your attunement slots or your shield slot, it takes up a helmet slot. And since helmets aren't really necessary for anything other, and the only other helmet slots you want to occupy this with are the Crown of Dusk for your magic damage, or the one of the pinwheel masks that have their various other stats effects. So basically, if you're having trouble with Tomb of the Giants, then the Sunlight Maggot is literally the best option for getting through that area. You'll be able to keep your guard up, you'll be able to have as many magic spells as you need. And it actually look pretty cool doing it, because the Sunlight Parasite is actually really cool looking. But the reason I'm going up here is because shortcut. Yep, Quailag's domain has a shortcut here.
What is it? Below us lies the ruins of the legendary city of Iceland. There, the molten giant watches over the flame of chaos. Our fair lady and Mistress Quaylag fled from the ruins. I do not know the details, and I do not ask.
So, yeah. The games pretty much tell you straight up that Quinlana and Quaylag are related to what the Bed of Chaos, the boss fight in this area. So let's see here. Let's rest up. Now we're going to go back outside to our advanced Paramansi Teacher over there. Because hopefully we'll be able to initiate their side quest now. I've truly lost count. And I mean, I have truly lost count of how many times that bell has rung now. You guys should see right now. I have a really stupid smile on my face. Alright. Oh, I need to level up too. I'll do that when I get back. Alright. Alright, so... just avoid them. Just avoid them. Oh, great. Oh, boy. Ouch. Okay. You guys are literally messing up my aim. God. Both of you. Another dung pie, of course. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Please tell me I got rid of them. I don't need to aggro these incredibly annoying things right now. Not right now. God. Okay. Okay.
It has been some time. Truth be told, I thought you had perished.
What a cynic.
The Witch of Iceland.
Yes.
Please, do not speak of her. I abandoned my mother and sisters.
Yo, so the game tells you right here.
Now I roam these parts, feigning ablution and pretending to seek answers.
So yeah, this is Quailana, daughter of Chaos, and the Fair Lady and Quailag are her sisters. Incidentally, that also means that Ceaseless Discharge is their sole brother. And all four of them, plus their recently deceased relative, the one that Ceaseless Discharge is looking over, are all the children of the Witch of Iceland herself. It's a regular family drama.
Pyromancy is the... But I would hate... Pyromancy... I would... No luck. Well, yeah, but do not keep me...
Come on.
Pyromancy... But I would hate... Pyromancy... Always... I would hate...
Oh, man. I hope I didn't mess up her side quest. Let me see here.
luck. Well, but do not...
Alright. Whatever. Guess we do a little bit more fighting and exploring before she's ready to give us the actual literal side quest she wants to do. Alright then. I think if we're all lucky, we'll be able to... If we're lucky, we'll be able to complete what I need to complete without much hassle, though. Yeah, I'm gonna keep up using, I'm gonna keep using Pursuers, because it's actually a really fun Pyromancy. Beneath is where we need to go. Jesus Christ. Yeah, just leave me alone, buddies. I don't need your crap right now. Alright, Alright, here's Solaris' sign. Now, I'm gonna do this like I did the last time. I'm gonna go in and fight the boss myself, then I'm gonna make it very clear that I could beat the boss without help. Then I'll come back and summon Solaire. The Centipede Demon is in the house. Alright. Now, yeah, if you don't have a lot of HP, you're not going to survive the trek across the lava like that. Two green Titanite. Oh god, I've already used up half my ammo. Look at that! Well, oh well. Praise the sun. They need Solaire's help. Honestly, Solaire's help would have been more of a issue than it was worth. Alright, orange charred ring. Reduces lava damage. An orange ring enchanted by a witch. Reduces lava damage. Yeah, lava damage is different from fire damage, although they both do the same type of damage. You can just increase your fire defense if you want to have an easier time walking on lava, but really, what you should do is just use this ring. Since his sores were inflamed by lava from birth, his witch sisters gave him this special ring. But fool that he is, he readily dropped it, and from that spot, a terrible centipede demon was born. So yeah, this ring originally belonged to the centipede, to the Ceaseless Discharge demon. Now look at how little lava damage we're taking. It's so great. It's so great. And here's Solaire.
Why? Why? After all this searching, I still cannot find it.
Hey, buddy, what's wrong with you?
Why?
Remember, he's looking for his own personal sun. He wants to be grossly incandescent. So what we're going to do here... Soul Spear again. We'll be doing less magic damage overall due to the fact that we don't have as much magic damage, but yeah. Let's see here. So yeah, I know this is a little monotonous, but we're gonna warp back and see what we can do about the see if Quinlana is willing to talk to us now. Man, Bloodborne and Dark Souls 2 really spoiled me in the ring slots. Then again, rings were generally speaking more powerful in Dark Souls and Demon Souls than they were in the later Souls entries because of the much more powerful effects. 2 was for the best. And yeah, I'm only really doing this because I'm just trying to get that dialogue to pop up. We're getting pretty close to the bed of chaos. Ouch. First soul it is. Man. Okay. Oh, so continue is different from load. The continue option was not there in the original version. It was just load game, new game, stuff like that. Oh, you couldn't have the option to just log out either. This is a carryover from Bloodborne, I bet. Yeah, with log out, you can just play in offline mode instead of being constantly online all the time. Let's see here. Alright.
Ah, Truth be told,
Alright. There we go.
a favor to ask.
Yeah, here we go.
My mother, the Witch of Iceland, was one of the primeval lords. Her power came from the soul that she found near the first flame. She focused this power to light a flame of her own. But she failed to control it. The flame of chaos engulfed Mother and my sisters and molded them into deformed creatures. Only I escaped. And now I am here. But my mother and sisters have been in anguish since. I beseech you.
Yeah.
Free Mother and my sisters from the flame of chaos. I cannot do it myself. I lack the strength and the bravery. But you, I realize what I am asking. But please, free their poor souls. Mother's ambitions were misguided, no doubt. But surely 1,000 years of atonement is enough.
So now we've got it.
My mother, but I can't. But you, mother's. No luck. Well, but do not.
All right, so now we have our task, and that is to kill the Bed of Chaos. Easier said than done, as you'll eventually see. But hey, no time like the present. So yeah, Lost Islif's intended direction is for you to go through from here. And these eyesores are basically like, yeah. These things are really freaking gross. I forgot what they're actually called. Hold on a second. Okay, so these are called bounding demons. Numerous bounding demons are located in the lava-filled area of Lost Islif. That being said, this area is literally the most unfinished area in the entirety of Dark Souls 1, and they did not do a thing for it for the remaster because, honestly, that would take too much effort. The remaster was just supposed to be a polished port. It was not supposed to be anything more than a 60 frames per second particle enhanced version of the game. And I do like it for that. Not picky, but I can understand why people are disappointed that they didn't even do anything for this place. So here's the gist of this. You can actually find these bounding demons, I'm using air quotes there, earlier in the game, as soon as you get to Anor Londo. It's in a hidden area, but you'll be able to find it that way. These bounding demons aren't really demons. What actually happened is that the developers create a specific type of enemy called the, okay, they're basically just dragons, right? They're actually dragon behinds. Like, do you remember that giant skeletal dragon that killed us all the way down at the Valley of Drakes? The one holding a Astoria's straight sword and the dragon crest shield. This is actually the second half of that type of dragon enemy. They're called undead dragons, right? Undead dragons are split into... This is just the second half of the undead dragon's body. Just their bodies, just their lower halves. They're not actually unique enemies so much as... the developers repurposing an asset over and over again in order to make up for development time. It's blatantly obvious that this place was rushed. And it's super disappointing that it happened all the same. But hey, if you venture through this area, you get your second soul of a great hero. In fact, it's the only other soul of a great hero in the entire game. Oh, right. So, the reason that they could get away with calling these half of the undead dragon a demon is because you make out a face. Honestly, it's not much. It's really not much. It's one of the reasons Los Islas was considered the worst area that you can only enter by getting the Lord Soul. The Lord Vessel. Wow. Lord's... I mean, it might as well be a Lord Soul, to be honest. But... the second reason was the lava effects. Now, again, I have to remind you, I mentioned this earlier in the video, but the lava effects were way more unbearable in the original version due to the high amount of plume and bloom for the lighting here. It was really hard to look at. Like, it was the exact opposite problem with the Tomb of the Giants, which was pitch black and required you to use gimmicky light-casting items in order to get through it. Oh, you know what? The Tomb of the Giants is like... if you've ever played Pokemon, then the Tomb of the Giants is literally like having to use the Flash HM to go through a certain cave in the Pokemon Red and Blue game. It's literally just like that. So how did this person die? You were probably dumb and fell to your death. Well, we weren't dumb. Yeah. There's a bonfire here, but we don't really need it. Let's see. Geography. More illusory walls. Let's see. Let's just rest here. As a precaution. So, yeah, Los Islas gimmick is that you need a ring slot in order to basically cross this area in order to deal damage. Now, I don't mind that. I guess it's very Metroidvania to require an item to progress through the part. But the problem is that the level design-based difficulty was more interesting than, oh, this is the gimmick. Like, Analondo was, like, the most difficult area to go through in terms of level design. And that was solely due to enemy placement. Strategic enemy placement is a bit better for... Can I get over? Alright then. Alright then. There's actually another item up here that we could possibly grab, but it's going to require way more platforming dexterity than I'm willing to possess. Wow, that is annoying. Like, holy crap, it's not even interesting, just... Now that thing is called a Chaos Eater. And they have a chance of dropping red Titanite chunks and red Titanite slabs. Ceaseless Callus. Oh my god, it's Kirk. Goodbye, Kirk. So yeah, weird thing with Kirk. At first, his appearance was just really random. But I think by now you guys will catch on to Kirk's actual purpose as a character. If not, I'll give you some time before we get to it. Down here is a Chaos Fire Whip Pyromancy. Oh, you know what? Let's read the Demon's Callus. Completely forgot about that. Demon's Callus requires 10 strength, 10 dexterity, 12 strength, 10 dexterity, and 10 intelligence in order to one hand. Isn't that amazing? Demon Callus formed from Iceland molten rock can be used as a fire weapon. The Demon Fire Sage was the first demon and the last master of the original fire arts before the Witch of Iceland was engulfed by chaos, creating pyromancy. So what this Callus is saying is that before pyromancy, there were sorceries that allowed you to use fire-based attacks, and the Demon Fire Sage is actually the remnant of those types of sorcery using pyromancers. Not pyromancers, but basically they were pre-pyromancers. Pretty intricate lore stuff. Alright. Ceaseless Callus. Callus is the witch of Iceland of long ago, when her daughters were still flame witches before they were engulfed with the chaos flame. Before the birth of pyromancy, their wands were mediums for sorcery, but knowledge of this flame sorcery has vanished. Right. Again, these two Callus hint at the fact that you used to be able to cast fire-based pyromancies, fire-based sorceries that weren't pyromancy, but that's gone. It's gone for good. As you can see here, the Logan's Callus is just better in terms of magic adjustment. So, we're gonna stick. Oh, we're gonna stick with it. We're just gonna stick with it. All right. Well, like I said, this is gonna be a doozy. Boss time. Oh, you can do this and slip and slide down here too, Mike. You can move. Oh, bad chaos. Now, when you start the boss fight, you want to immediately book to the left. And the gist of it is that you want to do this and attack the glowing orbs. Each orb is actually the Bed of Chaos' support platform. difficulty for this boss fight comes from the pitfalls and the randomly appearing... Yeah, it's just randomly appearing pitfalls. It's not an interesting fight, mechanically. It's not even really a fight. It's more like a, what kind of boss is it? I know there's a term for this. Wow, you guys aggro a lot faster in this version. Yeah, no, he's, the Bed of Chaos is actually more of a, we will have words with thee. Yeah. It's a puzzle boss, I guess, for lack of a better term. No, a sequential boss. So there's actually just 3 phases to this boss fight that literally only activate after you pass a certain phase. Now you begin the fight in phase 1. Oh, I'm not getting my souls back. You can forget that. You can forget those souls. They're not coming back. Alright. Second phase is over. So now we've entered the third and final phase. I kid you not, this is actually the hardest part. Because the boss attack you from the front now. Alright, we did. And this is the actual Witch of Iceland. We defeated the Bed of Chaos. Praise the sun. Ding dong, the Wicked Witch is dead. Alright, Rusted Iron Ring. As usual, put on the belling desk. Alright, 30 30 vitality, which combined with our Ring of Favor and Protection, boosting our health by another 20%, gives us a total of 1,320 HP. Alright then. Dark Chaos. So, we've done it. We've killed, I think, that was actually the final Lord. We've killed the final Lord. But, oh, look at this. What we have here. Yeah, this is staying right behind you, and since you warp in with the Lord Vessel from in front of this item, you would have never thought to look here. It's Kirk's item set. Armor of Thorns. Armor of Kirk, Knight of Thorns, and notorious member of the Dark Race. A dense patch of thorns grows from the surface. It is a fitting item for the murderous Kirk, for by simply wearing it and rolling, one can damage enemies. I don't know if there's anything that... So, okay, since none of the items Kirk possesses will actually tell you the plot twist outright, the gist for this is that Kirk himself... See, the thing is, Kirk is actually a woman. And not only is Kirk a woman, but, Kirk is actually a member of the Daughters of Chaos. Right? The first hint... The closer you get to the Bev Chaos, the more obvious it is that Kirk is a member of that covenant. Like, she first invades you while you're in the Depths, which is where you normally wouldn't need to go in order to enter Blighttown. In fact, right outside the hall where you can enter Blighttown is when Kirk is first capable of invading you. And then, the second time Kirk invades you is after you defeat the Ceaseless Discharge, which clears the lava and gives you access to the Golden Gate that normally blocks off Lost Iceland from anyone who's trying to enter it. So, by the time Kirk invades you for the final time, right outside the Bev Chaos's fog gate, it should be easy to figure out who they actually are. Da, 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 da. So, for the third and final time, Alright, that should be it.
Outstanding. You have done very well. Thank you. I am blessed to have met you. I suppose I can call you fool no longer. I can hardly thank you enough. Please take this. It is all of me.
Pyre Tempest.
Thank you. I am blessed to have met you. I suppose I can call you fool no longer. Thank you.
No items to purchase.
No luck. Do not let...
And that's it. Let's see. Well, alright. Since we're down here, might as well just collect that. the Great Club. Needless to say, it's a very powerful strength weapon. Alright, that's going to be it for today's video. We killed the Bed of Chaos. We can basically enter the final area and basically beat the game whenever we want. We can beat the game whenever we want now. However, there's still a couple of things we have left to do in Dark Souls Remaster before we get to that point. So, thank you guys for watching. If you liked today's video, leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you all next time. No, actually, I said last video I would tell you to stop. I would stop telling you guys to like and subscribe my videos. I'm sorry about that. I literally forgot. What I will say is just have a nice day, and praise the sun.